Kerri? What did you see there that you would have hoped that she did a lot better?
Well, the start, she's normally really good with her reaction time off the blocks, and this time we saw her leaving the blocks last. So I think that kind of offset the race for her. In terms of, like I said, the underwaters were great. The first 25 was good, but then I see that she started to tighten up a little bit.
Okay.
I think maybe she was feeling the effects of the lactic acid and maybe a little bit of panic as to where she was when she got up on her first couple of strokes. And you know, she just got tight really fast, and she was just not able to recover from that.
Oh, well, I think earlier we were speaking, and Kerri came up with a very important statistic. Had Alia done her best time, where would she have finished in the race?
Should have finished fourth. Should have beat Jingling, but Miley, she would have been touched out by Miley by a few hundredths of a second. Yeah.
One of the things, well, as a neophyte in swimming, I must confess, she has the record in the short course.
Short course.
100 meters breaststroke.
Short
same,
course.
Same swimming style.
Same swimming frog-like style.
And that record was, I think, somewhere in the 102 region.
Yes.
She's from 108 last night.
Right.
What's the difference between short course breaststroke and long course breaststroke when both of them are the same 100 meters?
Okay. So short course just means that it's a 25-meter pool as opposed to long course, which is a 50-meter pool.
Right.
Now, 100 in a 50-meter pool gives you 2 laps.
Two laps, and laps. When we think laps in track and field, we're talking about.
Okay, so it's going down
up and down.
Right. Okay, so you have 1 turn.
Right.
So in essence, she has 2 chances to use her momentum through her pull-out into her swim, which is from her start and then from her turn. In short course swimming, you would have more turns. It will take 4 laps.
Yes.
So you would have the start plus 3 turns. So the momentum she gets from the start and off the walls will carry her into her swim, which in essence helps the time.
Okay. How do you think she'll take this? This is her last. People are saying that this is her last Olympics. She's what, 27?
She's 27.
Do you see her coming back?
I would love to see her come back. I know she has it in her. I know she's resilient. You know, I used to swim with her. She was a lot smaller than I was, but she was very quiet and very determined. So I know this about Alia. She's a very determined swimmer, and I know she's resilient. And she's Jamaican. We Jamaicans are very resilient in what we do. We're knocked down, we're going to brush ourselves off and get right back up there.
And I also think that Caribbean athletes tend to mature later rather than how the rest of the world does.
Agreed.
But already we're doing an injustice to Kerri Ann this morning. We have not really told Jamaica who she is. You know, Kerri Ann, of course, swam for Jamaica during the late 90s, and she got a swimming scholarship to Howard University.
I did.
And she did political science, can you imagine?
Yeah. So as far from the pool as it can get.
As far as, yes.
Right.
So she's here in that expert capacity, you know.
Right.
Some of the questions that are going to come up, and I'll asked it. At 27, can she really come back realistically? We have a changing of the guard. I mean, Lily King is 21.
Yes.
She came on in leaps and bounds over the past year, almost 6 months ago. She just emerged.
Yes.
And we see this happening in many other sports. Of course, Usain Bolt and Michael Phelps.
Right.
You know, Phelps is what, 31, Bolt is 27, you know, that kind of a thing. The great ones will last if they have the pedigree.
Right.
Would we put Alia in the great category, or is it just in a context of Caribbean greatness?
You know, I would put her up there with the Phelps and the Usains, just because she has that determination, and she is disappointed. I know she's disappointed in this race, in this performance, but I think this is what she will use to light that fire, you know, to get going again, and for us to see her again.
There were some people who were looking at her body language both prior to and at the end of the race and felt that there wasn't that game face, there wasn't that look that says I won. That there was almost a look that as if something wasn't quite right. Are we reading too much into it?
I don't think so. Alia is normally well composed.
Yeah.
You know, before her races, she looks strong, she looks steady, she looks sturdy and ready. She knows she's prepared for what she's come to do. So, you know, it was just the sun and the stars and the moons were aligned for Lily King last night.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, swimming is a very unforgiving sport. You train so long for this one race, and it just didn't.
Here's what I want to ask you. The swimmer who finished second, she was from Russia.
Yes. Efimova.
Right.
Yes.
There are some of us who feel that the Russians should not have been allowed in the Olympics at all. Your view?
I agree.
Should we have Efimova in the race?
No, we should not have.
Why is that?
Well, you put me in between a rock and a hard place now.
Yeah.
You know, she has been convicted of taking enhancement drugs.
On 2 occasions.
On 2 occasions. I think, you know, if you're going to slap me on my hand for 1, for 2, I think no way. And we've had several governing bodies in swimming clear her to swim in this event.
She's the Justin Gatlin of the swimming pool.
I guess so.
Convicted
I guess so. I guess so, yes.
What's your take on that, Ali? Should Efimova have been in that race?
No, I share what Kerri Ann says. You know, and similarly with the Gatlin. I mean, I suppose the country represent brings something to the table. I mean, we hear in retrospect of many cover-ups. I mean, dating back to many athletes, especially in track and field. I want to congratulate WADA and these people. We are really trying to clear up the sport, and the effort is good. And that is why Usain Bolt stands out so much. He is perhaps the most tested person. Our Jamaican track and field program yesterday had 1 or 2 hiccups. But by and large, we are an example to the world in what we represent, in terms of fair play, in terms of how we approach our athletic disciplines.
All right.
We are really a good nation.
I want to ask about Lily King, because at the end of the day, she won the race in
Yes.
Olympic record time as well. So I want you to tell us a little bit more about her. But when we look at what Alia did in the final, 1 minute 8.10, when she had clocked 1 minute 6.73 and 1 minute 6.52. We're breaking in less than a minute. But why would she swim so much slower in the final as opposed to the two times before?
It just has a lot to do with the race itself. The start, if you looked at the last 25, which is the back end of her race, she looked very tight. She was leading with her head a lot, you know, forcing her head in the water more than if we normally see Alia with a very steady head, with a very steady stroke.
Right.
It just looked off.
It's called panic.
It's not fun.
It's, you know,
in 30 seconds, Lily King the winner. What can you tell us about her?
Lily King had a great NCAA career, and I think she just stepped up to the plate. She says, "Here I am, world. My name is Lily King. I'm here to, you know, put some people in their place," and she executed well.
Okay. All right. Well, that just about brings us to our first break with all that swimming. I personally feel that if you get the I can't swim, if you get to an Olympic final as a swimmer, hats off to you. I can feel the disappointment for Alia.
I'm so proud of you, Alia.
From Salomon, I can't see.
From the culture, yeah. So anyway, that's our first break. More to come on our Rio Dream journey. We'll be back in just a little.